Welcome, everybody, to season 20, to one of the most anticipated matches of the season, Cepherus versus Skinner. How are we feeling?
Man, I'm pretty excited about this one. I haven't looked at the matchup too much, but both teams have Pokemon I really love. With Skinner using my boy Chiyu, I really love that fish, and then Jack really showing why Annihilate is really really awesome. He's
Oh,
been
yeah,
using it very very well this season. It's been a joy to watch.
I agree. I agree. Very powerful Pokemon on both sides, two really good players. Um, Skinner was in the tank all through the week. I think he's got something solid, but Cephalus is just a very powerful player. I just hope that Skinner's comfortable going into this matchup. Um, I don't have any real insights into the match as of right now, since both of them are pretty creative players. So it's hard to say, oh, well, they'll go with this, you know, standard strategy when it could just be something completely off the walls.
Oh, for sure. Like both these players are, like you said, very creative. I like to inspire my team building from actually these two. Like these are two of the people that I love watching their games because there's always such sick gameplay. There's always such sick tech that they always use every week, and I'm very curious to see how both of these players like prepped for each other.
Absolutely.
They're
Absolutely.
they're they're both very smart guys. So they know that there's gonna be some shenanigans
Oh,
going on,
absolutely. And
and I'm here for it.
yeah, absolutely. I'm also here for it. I don't have anything else. If you don't have anything else, let's get to the shenanigans.
Let's do it. I'm curious to see what the leads are.
Yeah.
Are we for Jack? Are we leading this Annihilate out front? Are we bringing it, or is it in the back? What's going on? And Skinner,
Um,
who's coming? Like who's coming first?
yeah, for sure. I think Jack's got the really fast Jolteon pivot going on. So I'm interested to see how Skinner handles that. A Pokemon that I don't see is Rabombi, that
No,
has really interesting tech with a few of Jack's Pokemon being able to set up Trick Room or get off a really fast eruption. It seems Jack did not opt for that. So I'm very curious and slightly concerned about what he's gonna do. I'm sure Skinner is also surprised.
yeah, I think that was one of the first messages he sent was no B. And I'm also a little surprised because like you said, we could get a really fast eruption with like a trick room or a speed swap even. It has Rabombi's like what I like to call like kind of an annoying support. It can heal its partner, it can set Tailwind or Trick Room, it can speed swap, it can do a lot of things.
It can.
And don't
It can
forget that
do.
it can also hit. It can moonblast you.
Yeah.
And that's
Yes,
and
it
that's
can.
I've seen a Rabombi like KO something with a moonblast from pretty significant HP. It was incredible. But yeah, Jack is still thinking.
Oh, we may have to call an audible here. It looks like Skinner is using some of his super secret tech. It looks like a tree has hit Cephalus' house.
Ah, yes, the super secret tech of
Yeah.
an actual tree falling on his opponent's house. That is
Yeah. So I'm curious whether or not this is a legitimate tree or if this is a piece of the tree. We will see.
um all right, Jack is rolling with
Are
it.
we good?
Even
Here we
even
go.
though a tree hit his house, he no damage. We like to hear it. We like to see it. All right. Good news. We're still on. I'm very curious to see if Oracle shows instead, because that GU really loves the sun, and that could
Yes,
be
it
scary
does.
for a lot of members of the team. I do see Terra Fire on the Annihilate, Terra Water on both Torkoal and Brute Bonnet. Yeah, just trying to resist those heat waves, maybe flamethrowers, fire blasts, even. Uh, I do notice that the Shaman is Terra Ground. We were talking about the Jolteon's potential to Volt Switch and just overall be very fast and very annoying. Terra Ground here could be in play for this Shaman. You know, stopping a Volt Switch and being able to like knock that out
Yeah, absolutely
saves
powerful.
you saves you a lot of headache. And we're on. We've got Shaman and Greninja with Annihilate and Jolteon. So here we go. It's kind of an action. We're going to be seeing what is the Shaman going to do? What is this Jolteon going to do? I know that Jack has done some crazy stuff with this Jolteon before, so I am very excited.
So I'm taking a look at these Terras, and Shaman just is just good into most of these Terras. Terra Fire, Electric, Water, Water, Fire. Um, very, very. And we have a Shadow Sneak, the Light Screen.
In a dazzling gleam. So trying to get some
We're
chip off on both.
yeah.
Shadow sneaking Greninja, trying to deal with this Annihilate as quick as possible, try to get this out of here.
So the question now becomes, okay, were we expecting a Terra, or were we expecting um for him to stay? And it looks
Oh,
like we were expecting the Terra. Looks like Skinner did not use his Terra, and he pays for that with a Thunder Wave. So
yeah, very unfortunate. No upper hand going through. Thunderbolt coming out. And an Earth Power. But this
there's the
Greninja
score. So
is
these guys are just trading blows, whittling each other down. I'm interested to see how these two are going to navigate this, because as of right now, things are
they
not
do
in
not look
Skinner's
great.
favor.
I was going to say your Greninja just got put to sleep. You just got paralyzed. Your Shaman is paralyzed, which seems like a very important Pokemon in this matchup. With
Very.
all like with its coverage, I mean, we've already seen Dazzling Gleam and Earth Power.
Oh no.
Oh
We have the pin
boy,
missile. We have the pin missile rage fish strategy.
yes we do. And man, that Annihilate is tanky. And
Oh
Rage
yeah.
Fist is like not doing the
Rage
actual
fist is going
counts,
to do so
but
much
like a
damage.
million damage,
Yeah.
a million damage to either of these Pokemon. Shaman, not known for being the most bulky Pokemon, and then this Greninja being a Ghost type right now and asleep is not great. Things are quickly getting really bad for
Oh,
Skinner.
the wake up, the
He's
endure.
enduring.
Oh
Oh,
my goodness.
oh my goodness.
Here we go. And I think with that, things have shifted significantly. Now
That was,
the question becomes now, what does Skinner do in this particular situation? Because even though he is up a Pokemon, this is very precarious. Shaman is
yeah,
paralyzed. So at any time, it could not move and just be dead in the water. But now he also has to worry about
Hey,
Sucker Punch.
calm down.
yeah, absolutely. Obviously, I think this Greninja really wants to try to Shadow Sneak with this +1 attack and really try to do as much damage to this Annihilate. Shaman is now slower than the Annihilate, which means this could be really bad for Skinner, even though we took a key knockout in that Jolteon. I mean, there's a lot of moves this Annihilate could have that could really mess with that sick turn that Skinner did have.
Yeah, it's going to be deciding between uh whether or not the Terra is going to come out.
And there it is.
The
And
Rage
he
Fist.
does Rage Fist into.
All right, so there's the double. Okay.
All right, we've got Chiyu and Mama Swine
Yep. Coming
out
in
here.
to hopefully clean up a little bit.
Yeah, Stomping Tantrum on Brute Bonnet. That is very cool. Also very scary for this Chiyu to see.
Yes, absolutely. But there is no Terra active. There's
No,
no
there's
Terra
no.
active um, for the Brute Bonnet. So, with neither of these individuals being faster than Chi Yu, this fire move is going to do a significant amount of damage. I don't know that Mama Swine lives the Rage Fist.
This is a pivotal turn. Uh, Even with yeah, Chiyu, I'm pretty sure is the fastest thing on the field. I don't think anything else outspeeds it. We could see Fire move into Brute Bonnet. We haven't seen Rage Powder yet. So if this Brute Bonnet is built to live something from this Chiyu, and we
Yeah,
get a Rage Powder and a ground move into these Brute Bonnet, and it just lives, this Annihilate is going to hurt.
yeah, absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I am really curious to see how both players navigate the turn because it does seem like Skinner is on the back foot. Dark Pulse.
Interesting, interesting, very interesting.
Wow.
I was not expecting the Dark Pulse. I was not expecting the Dark Pulse. Rage Powder could have influenced that significantly. Um, Rage Powder could have influenced that significantly and just been not very effective on the Brute Bonnet. Um, I am unsure if Skinner maybe saw the writing on the wall and decided to not reveal any unnecessary information, but we will see. How do we think leads are changing in game two? What are we
Well,
thinking?
I still think Shaman is showing up, but I think we might see Terra Ground quicker than we did in game one.
Absolutely.
That Jolteon did prove to be kind of a menace for Shaman, and Terra
Absolutely.
Ground just kind of just solves that problem. It does not solve the problem of Annihilate, which can just take pin missiles and then Rage Fist, and
Yeah.
most likely knock out this Shaman. I'm very curious to see if we see Greninja lead again. We've revealed that we're shadow sneaking and that we have Endure plus Berry. So
Which is a
I'm
very
curious.
powerful strategy.
Very powerful. I'm curious to see if it shows up again just because Jolteon and Annihilate just it didn't seem like they cared enough. Obviously, we saw that Annihilate has Protect, so it can just protect Shadow Sneak, and Greninja can get paralyzed, and it is you're gambling at that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely. Man, this is such a this is such an interesting position to be in.
yeah, and unfortunately, Skinner did not get to see Jack's fourth Pokemon. I'm not sure what it could have been. My thoughts are Torkoal, just because we have Terra Fire, maybe a Terra Blast on this Annihilate for something like Shaman, something crazy, but it definitely powers up the Brute Bonnet, which we now know has Stomping Tantrum in close combat. Two very, very powerful moves, very scary moves for
Absolutely.
a lot of Skinner's team.
Does not appreciate uh, a close combat,
No,
not from Brute Bonnet.
sure does not.
Well, I am very interested to see how Skinner navigates this. Um, I will say, outside of the end of the first battle, Cepherus didn't really have a lot of damage that he was churning out until after the pin missile strategy went off, which involved 2 hard swaps. So 2 hard swaps, I guess, and losing a Pokemon. So Skinner did have some sustainability, and it did take Cepherus a little bit of time to get that set up. So I'm curious whether Skinner will maximize that amount of time and make the most of it. Here we
Yeah.
have, oh,
Oh,
we have Helping Hand. Wow, that
ooh.
thing is super bulky.
That thing took that like a champ. I was gonna say there was a
Absolutely.
lot to talk about on this first turn. Not intimidate Luxray. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure this might be a Guts Luxray. It is.
Yeah, then
We're
this is gonna be huge. This is gonna be a huge thing because
now we're
while
in Trick Room
Luxray
and
is slow, he's not slower than either of the two on the other side of the field. Um, I'm very curious what Brute Bonnet is going to do. Probably another stomping tantrum. I don't know that Skinner will use his Terra here. Um, we may start to see Pokemon go down this turn.
yeah, I definitely think we're gonna have some casualties this turn. This Luxray did unfortunately take a huge chunk of its HP from that stomping tantrum, and man, that Slowking really ate that Shadow Sneak with Helping Hand backup. So Trick Room's online. This is once again like after turn one, it looks like Jack's in the lead.
Oh, and we have a live. The Facade
Whoa,
doing massive damage.
that is
Massive
that's
damage.
insane. So a lot just happened.
A lot to
That's
process here.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I believe what we are about to see
I think
is
we're
a
about to
very
see.
powerful eruption.
This is very scary now for Skinner because yes, the Terra Normal there was awesome. You got the KO with the Sod. You got rid of a problem in Brute on it. That thing, obviously, last game, very scary. Dealt with a lot of things with Spore, Stomping Tantrum, and Close Combat. We still have not seen a Rage Powder. It's interesting.
Skinner
Okay,
trying to whittle
weaken this
down
eruption.
no eruption, a flamethrower. So Jack opting for the safer,
Safer,
of the two. Shaman is in a very
very bad
precarious
spot.
position right now.
Very, very bad spot for Shaman. And there's still two turns of Trick Room. So
Yes, 2 turns of Trick Room.
you can't even protect to get out of this. And then Chi Yu is also just naturally very fast. This is very scary for Skinner.
Very scary. Very, very scary. I think the only thing that
I think Chi Yu is going to have to put in a lot of work. Now there is a good chance Sun is up. So, yeah,
interesting. Interesting.
very interesting.
Oh, are we gonna see
Oh,
a double kill here? We are.
I think we are. Wow.
The 2v1 with the Annihilate left. The question becomes, which one does he take out?
Does this Chi Yu have protect?
I That is a very good question.
I think I think your play here is you really hope it targets down Chi Yu, but you protect that turn, and then you hope Shaman can whittle this thing down.
But
But we
what
see,
if he does this? What if you protect and he kills the other one instead? The play
wow.
here I think is double attacking because Trick Room is ending. So it's better to attack and whittle it down, and there it is.
Oh, wow.
The
Even the
play is
Defiant
double
boost.
attack.
The play, yeah. I mean,
Double attack and hope that get enough damage in on it so that way when Trick Room ends,
You could be able to take it
you
out
can you can
once you are
finish it off
faster
on the
again.
following turn. Unfortunately, Annihilate is
Just
extremely bulky. This build is insane with leftovers. So you really have to go for as much damage as you possibly can, um, and hope to get it in range to take it out. It's very possible that with the special defense drop, Shaman may have been able to close it out, and take it to a game three, but it's hard to say. And we have Cepherus in the building. How are you? How are you feeling?
What's up? I'm a little scared that I might have a leak in my roof now, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Pokemon waits for no one, it seems.
no, absolutely not. I had to come back and clock in. I had to go to work.
Okay. Well, we won't keep you long. Anything that you were worried about going into this matchup?
Well, whenever I saw him lead Greninja game one, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, he's got some really funky plan with this thing.
Mhm.
Because when I was thinking about the matchup, I really did not see a good use for it. I was like, he's already kind of weak, and then Sun takes him even lower. I've got stuff that just barely outspeeds him that's really super effective. So he can't even get off like a nice mat block or anything. So yeah, when it came out, I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to play it really careful here.
Right.
And I'm glad I did, because I think if I had attacked with Annihilate that turn one, it probably would have gone differently.
Yeah. Absolutely. Um, wow. The bulky Annihilate build. Is that going to be the Cephalus staple for the season?
Personally, I think it's the only way to build him. I mean, like I ran him Choice Scarf one time, which actually worked pretty well for me. But like just the sheer fact that he's got Drain Punch Stab in addition to a move that powers up exponentially as he gets hit. I mean, like the stars align for that thing. And Ghost Fighting is such an insane offensive combo. Like it doesn't really matter if you don't kill things in one hit or go first. It's actually better if you go second for the most part,
Right.
because you live, eat a hit, and then you can clap back with the strongest move known to man.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Mickey, what do you have?
I mean, yeah, those Rage Fists were lethal damage.
They were.
Lethal. Um, yeah, I wanted to talk to you about your prep because Skinner was surprised about no Rabombi. I wanna hear your thoughts on why we don't want to bring Rabombi into this matchup. Why not? Because I called it kind of an annoying support, and I felt like, it has a lot of utility it can do, but I want to hear your thoughts.
hmm Rabambi, I love her so much, and I'm so excited to use her really well in a week at some point. She has not really been able to shine except in my match with Straight Shade at this point. But Skinner's team, Chi obviously just completely invalidating her. Shaman is faster and can hit her with an air slash. She can't get flinched, obviously, but she'll probably go down in one if she's not focus sash. Scolipede can protect a turn and get a poison jab off. Machamp also hits with bullet punch. So she just is really frail, and the priority attacks that he had kind of on his side felt like they were going to be a little too much for her. And the unfortunate aspect of drafting both Jolteon and Rabambi is that I've got two really fast supports, and Jolteon felt a lot better to me this week because it's faster than both Shaman and Greninja, um, and can hit Thunderwave to drop things to half speed, and so bringing both of them never really feels that good to me. So I thought I'd bench her this week. I think next week she will make an appearance, and I'm really excited about it because I love Rabambi and I think she has insane amounts of sauce.
Interesting. Okay, we will hold you to that. I did want to ask, Terra Fire. Terra Fire in front of Shaman, in front of Greninja, in front of Mamoswine. What was the thought process there? That's that seems pretty precarious. And looking at your Terras and your base typings, Shaman just seemed like an all-star. What was your thought process? Did you think that you had enough support or protection elsewhere to kind of get you through?
Well, simply so I don't even really know if it was apparent at any point during that match, but I was running Assault Vest Torkoal. Um, so he did not take hardly anything from both Chiyu or Shaman, and he's so good against Shaman that he felt like he'd be able to kind of pick up the slack um, if I needed to Terra or I lost something in front of Shaman. Air
Right.
Fire, I feel like on Annihilate is so good for a multitude of reasons. A, it resists Fairy, which is super nice and a really common way to hit Annihilate. And
Right.
B, it stops burns from happening,
Yeah.
um, which is also one of the main things that can kind of like put a halter on him from sweeping. Um, so the fact that it also resisted Chi Yu and was neutral to um,
Dark Pulse.
uh, was neutral to Air Slash from Shaman,
Oh,
and then
okay.
additionally, it becomes a neutral hit with Greninja because if I'm running Sun, which I was this week,
Right.
that lowers the damage of the water type moves too. So it just feels really good, kind of on the build that I've got going here, and I think I've run it like almost every week.
Yeah, the Annihilate has come out, taken several hits, and I'm like, how's this guy still here? How?
hmm
Okay, wow. Um, that's all I have. I appreciate the insight. Um, Very powerful stuff. Um, I think we knew going into this that it was going to be a tough matchup. Skinner wanted the challenge. Um, and in the second game, I thought he was going to get his game 3. It was looking good.
Yeah,
You played phenomenally as you normally do. Um, Good win, great win.
thanks, man. Well, yeah, one actual final thing I'll say, I also thought he had me game two until I realized I could sort of fake him out because I really felt like he was going to go for Torkoal on that sort of like second to last turn of Trick Room or last turn of Trick Room, whenever it was where he doubled in with a priority attack and he left Slowking alone
Mhm.
because he was expecting a spread move. And I think this was accidental, but I did not pack a spread move on Torkoal this week.
I
So,
I actually expected this spread move. I was like, I'm pretty sure this eruption is going to happen, and I believe Skinner is going to try to minimize that damage as much as possible by
mhm.
doubling into the torque hole, which he did do. And then when I didn't see the spread move, I went, "Uh oh, it's probably bad. It's probably really bad."
Yeah, the Torkoal set was Body Press, Flamethrower, Earth Power, and Clear Smog.
Wow.
I haven't got I haven't gotten to run Clear Smog yet, but I'm excited for the implications it has into Annihilate specifically,
Yeah. Yeah. Getting rid of those close combat debuffs, resetting
and
all of that.
giving a
Oh,
Rage Fist stack at the same time.
giving a rage fist stack, being resisted. Oh yeah. Okay. Wow. Guys cooking on commentary. All right.
Oh,
This dude is crazy.
Right. Well, now that's all I've got. That was a great battle. It's always fun to see you go at it with someone. So yeah, thank you.
yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah, hey, good games, Jack.